Alright, so I'm about to run a league with Pioneer, Elves, and I figured I'd document it here because there's not a lot of content for it on YouTube, at least, so I'm going to explain some of the cards that I'm running and why I'm running them. So we'll start out. I'm running 20 lands. Most people usually run 19, but I don't think this deck can really function and very well off of just one land. If you're playing like um, one dork into like two more dorks to try to make land drops, you're probably just going to not succeed. And so I went up to 20 lands, and just also because like you really want to get to 3 mana as quickly as possible for um, the big payoff creatures. So uh, I took out one Gnarl Root Trapper. This guy's a little iffy, but he does the job to power out our 3 drops, and so I still have 3 of him in the. But I do think that he's a little bit negotiable. He can be switched out for something else. I haven't done it yet, but that seems reasonable. It rarely does the Death Touch clause actually come up. Obviously, we have the 8 mana elves. Those are always going to be in the deck. Dwynen's Elite is a great beater and fuels Court of Calling. It works very well with Elvish Clancaller or any Lord effects, so it's absolutely a must-have. Um, Elvish Visionary is probably the worst elf in the deck, as far as I can tell. Like this deck doesn't make a ton of mana like its modern version with Elvish Archdruid and Heritage Druid, and so it doesn't combo very well. And so Elvish Visionary is really good in those variations because you're playing an elf while still maintaining card advantage and also being able to be used for mana with Heritage Druid. So right now it's just a 1/1 that draws a card and occasionally gets pumped by Clan Caller and occasionally fuels Court of Calling. I am not. This might just need to be for Growth Chamber Guardians, but I'm going to continue to test with Visionary for now. Clan Caller, self-explanatory. It's our 2 mana Lord, and that 6 mana to go get another and put it on the battlefield is not irrelevant. It comes up every now and then. Rishkar, some people run Dwenin or a 4 drop or something like this in this kind of flex slot, but I'm running 2 Rishkars because he acts as like a um, pseudo lord with some like utility for mana, and so yeah, I not being able to hit Dwenin off of Court of Collected Company is a big trade-off. So I decided to go with Rishkar. I haven't been upset with him. I think he's very good actually. So I'm fine with him and 2 of him right now. Steelleaf Champion and Shaman of the Pack. These are the reasons that Elves could even possibly be viable. Steelleaf Champion, powering him out on turn 2 is just a serious clock that needs to be dealt with. And he is very, very good, hard to block. And Shaman of the Pack lets you kill people out of nowhere, where board stalls don't just completely shut you out of the game. Yeah, Shaman of the Pack is by far the best card and the reason you might want to play Tribal Elves. Being able to just play a million elves and then Shaman of the Pack them to death is amazing. Collected Company, our card advantage card. It's very, very good with this deck. And then Court of Calling. Some people, I think Court of Calling is important for this deck just because Shaman of the Pack is so important, and this gives you another copy or another 3 copies of Shaman of the Pack, or maybe Elvish Clancaller. You can swing Combat Math or something like that. It's usually the 2 that I'm grabbing with Court of Calling is either Shaman of the Pack or Elvish Clancaller, and so far it's done pretty well. So for the sideboard, we have 4 Thoughtseize. This is the best discard interaction In Pioneer, it's very, very good, and it comes in very often. I had contemplated putting it in the main board, but we also need to keep our creature count high for Collecting Company. Um, Fatal Push, it's just a creature answer, as well as Assassin's Trophy. This is just a troublesome permanence answer. Shaper Sanctuary if our creatures are getting picked off by like burn or something like that. Um, Scavenging Ooze, this is for graveyard decks, and it's also just a good value card. Reclamation Sage, pretty self-explanatory. Usually a very good card. Um, and Heroic Intervention. Now this one I'm not sold on, but from when I've been playtesting, the biggest thing that will kill this deck or just completely shut it down are board wipes. So you have to usually commit to the board pretty hard to get a big shaman of the pack, and continue to put pressure on. And usually like a Supreme Verdict, or like a Deafening Clarion, or just any kind of board wipe is going to completely shut you down. So um, I'm gonna try Heroic Intervention here. Obviously, Thoughtseize, you want to try to steal them before this happens, but we'll give Heroic Intervention a shot. This could like be something like Duress or something, just to continue to try to strip their hand before they can cast these things. But um, yeah, we'll give this a shot and see if this works. And yeah, so let's run it through a league and see how it goes.